Is there any actor out there that you think that maybe they do mostly comedies right now that they have a serious side? Because I remember like even like Robin Williams, right? Like Robin Williams did comedies galore, right? That was his thing.
Yeah,
But then he did like I don't know if you ever saw 1 Hour Photo.
I did see that one.
Dude, he zeroed into that creepy role, and he showed that he had some acting range,
Right.
and I thought I mean the movie was okay, but his acting was phenomenal because
Yeah.
he made you believe that he was this weird creep working
Yeah.
at the photo booth.
Yeah.
So, is there any actors that you'd like to see turn a corner and maybe step outside their known genre and do like either a drama, do a comedy, or comedy actor do a drama?
Um.
I'll throw it out there, Kevin Hart.
Well, he's done some dramas.
So he's done some, right? He's done
Yeah.
like I don't know if you saw. Did you see The Upside with
I did see the
Bryan
upside.
Cranston?
Yeah.
So, and that was loosely based on a true story. And I thought, seeing him do that role, even though there was some comedic moments within it,
Yeah.
seeing him do that role showed that he could get serious. He could like act
Yeah.
if he needed to.
He's done a couple. I mean,
Yeah.
we can go back to Paper Soldiers original.
Right,
He's
right.
done some serious, but his bread and butter is comedy.
Of course.
I'm
But would
trying to think of.
Would you want to see us like? Would you want to see a Kevin Hart do a hardcore like serious film like Academy Award winning type act? Like, would
I'd
you?
like to see him try. Yeah, I'd like to
So
see him try.
I think
'Cause
it'd be interesting. I think he could do it. I think he could if he, because he's a pretty
done.
focused dude
He's
when he does
done.
stuff.
I feel like he's gone from comedy more to action. I don't really feel like he. I mean, outside of
Yeah, he's kind of done some action comedy, kind
action
of thing.
comedy type
Yeah,
of things. I can't think of the name of the movie he did, but it was they did like an airplane heist.
right.
I don't know if it was called The Heist.
No, no, no. I know what you're talking about though. Yeah,
Where he's like the ringleader. He pulled off a like a Ocean's 11 type of
right,
joint, but in the air.
right.
And like I feel like he still has room to grow as a dramatic actor or as a serious actor, but he holds his own.
Agreed.
He definitely holds his own.
Agreed.
It was kind of hard for me to believe he was a prisoner release,
Right,
like Kevin Hart, really? Like I can't imagine you being
right.
that down. But
Tax evasion.
this is coming from a law-abiding citizen.
He was in jail for tax evasion.
So that's
Something simple.
some white collar shit.
Yeah, tax evasion.
Yeah, nah, but I'll tell you a comedian, and I'm gonna do. They're both old. I was gonna say old and new. Eddie Murphy
Eddie Murphy can act.
has a great range.
Yeah.
Great in comedies, great in actions, great in dramas. Loved him in Shrek, and he was just the voice of the donkey.
Shrek 5 on the way.
Man, how many more Shreks can they do? I guess they can just keep it going till Shrek has great grandchildren. How long do ogres live?
I don't know. With technology these days, it's not unheard of to think that they could go 300-400.
Well, then they'll start doing Shrek origin stories, the Shrek prequels. Shrek as a teenager.
Hey,
Why he was so grumpy.
it's all done with AI.
But another one, and we just mentioned his name, Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx has a great range.
He does have a good range.
Jamie
Foxx
has
is
a
one of
great
those
range.
like all talents too, like
Yeah.
singing and
Yeah.
and everything.
Musically
just a full
inclined.
entertainer.
Yeah, tells jokes.
I mean, then again, Kevin Hart. I mean, I still don't know the validity of the truth to this,
Yeah.
but like, there's rumors that he is Chocolate Dropper,
no.
but I have never seen them.
No.
I've never seen them together in the same room. So we'll just say that it's sort of like a Bruce Wayne Batman type of thing. We don't know.
Right. We don't know for sure.
We just
We assume.
we suspect.
We assume. Yeah.
but
we don't know for sure.
But if it is Kevin Hart, maybe he's got some of that music in him.
He's got better acting skills than we realize.
Right?
Yeah.
Man, that's amazing.
And I just seen Chocolate Joppa had a tiny desk, NPR tiny desk.
Yep. We're going to check that out on we have to do a reaction.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
But yeah, Chocolate Dropper.
Chocolate Joppa.
He's been
out
around for a
here.
minute. So
So it makes me wonder, what does he have? Like, is he out here promoting something? Does he got something
maybe
coming
we
out?
need Chocolate Dropper to act.
Ooh, that'll be
We
it.
need Chocolate Dropper in a film. See his acting skills. See if he can take that music, put it on pause, and do some acting.
And do some acting. Yeah. Bet he'd knock it out the park. Knock it out the box, Rick. Yeah. But yeah, so there's a few comedians. It's interesting now that I'm thinking back about it, the number of comedians that go like into mainstream movies,
Right. I mean, and then what about the flip side, like dramatic actors that kind of
that
flip
go
into
into
comedy?
comedies. Like you got Bryan Cranston, who I would consider a serious actor,
And then he does Malcolm in the
and
Middle.
then he does Malcolm in the
Right,
Middle. So
right.
he's great. He's great at the comedy. His comedic timing is on par.
Well, you got somebody who's full on dramatic trained, like full on trained actor
Yeah.
in Jeff Daniels.
Oh man, another one. Dumb and Dumber.
And then he,
And then he
then he
turns
does
around and
Dumb and
does Dumb and
Dumber,
Dumber.
and like kills.
Yeah.
And I heard that initially the studio didn't want anything to do with it. They was like, no, and Jim Carrey was the one that was pulling for it.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey was like, no, like
Jim Carrey's another one that has a great range.
yeah, he does have a good range.
And it's crazy because when you think of movies like Ace Ventura, you can't imagine this man playing a serious role.
Right. And then he does
you
like
know?
Truman Show.
Yeah.
Or did you ever see 21?
I did see I thought it was 23.
Was it? I think it's
It's one of those. 21 or
23?
23.
Can't remember. But yeah, he gets obsessed.
He played that role.
That whole psychological thriller.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
a great job in that role.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah.
I think it is. It might have been 23. 21 was the Blackjack movie. So yeah, I think it was 23, which has nothing to do
he
with
played
Jim
that role
Carrey.
great.
But yeah,
Another serious actor that does comedies, and I'm saying comedies, I'm using that term loosely, but George Clooney. You see him doing serious roles, and then he turns around and does
Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Classic,
Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
classic,
Bonafide.
classic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
he's got some range on him too.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah. There's a lot of them. There's a lot that go back and forth. But I think that's just the lane that you get into. Like once you conquer, and I use the word conquer lightly, but once you conquer a certain field, as a creative, as an artist, I think it's just natural for you to expand into other genres.
Yeah, you challenge
into
yourself,
other
right?
realms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you challenge yourself to do something that's outside your box, and
Yeah.
you conquer it so that your box grows.
Right.
So
You know, you got musicians turn actors. You got actors that do music. You got ball players that do music. You got musicians that play ball. Master P, for example. You know, like I think the amount of talent that's out there, you can't pigeonhole it into one genre.
right,
Yeah.
agreed.
And if you're a talented individual, you're talented in more than one area. It's not too many people who are just like single dimension. It's like, this is all that I do. For some reason, they have the ability to be talented in other areas as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool to see.
You-
And if you don't have talent, you just don't have talent.
This is facts.
This is facts.
This is facts, and we're not talking about chocolate dropper no more. Is what you're saying? Or,
Who said anything about chocolate
I was
chocolate?
making sure. No,
I wasn't talking about anybody in specifics. I wasn't talking about anybody specific.
he got bars.
Bars.
Y'all just don't understand.
Nah, chocolate dropper, underrated.
He's right up there. I don't know if he's surpassed, but he's right up there with Dylon.
Yeah.
It's like Dylon, and Dylon, or is it
Chocolate
just
dropper.
chocolate dropper?
Yeah.
Did he take one of those spots?
Yeah. Nah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it's always fun to see. It's always fun to see people step out their box and be successful.
Right.
To take a challenge and be successful.
Can you reach that?